Grace Asan. What's going on? Welcome in. Red meat. What type of red meat? You know, it's a bunch of different varieties of watermelon. What kind? I live in the country, and then I grew up like on a farm, and we grow our own watermelons and stuff like that. Y'all know what though? I haven't had a yellow or orange watermelon this year. I need to try and make that happen because it's almost the end of watermelon season. Every watermelon I've had this year has been so good too. Y'all give me housekeeping while we're tapping the screen. Housekeeping, because I need to be able to test my delay. Okay. I don't know what I did with my stylus, child. I got to stop misplacing that thing every other day. I need like a particular place for my stylus to go. Back in the day when they used to have it and it fit like right here under the Samsung, that was the best. But it doesn't do that anymore. Huh. Anywho. You never had an orange or a yellow watermelon? Well, you should try one. They're delicious. They're absolutely delicious. Okay. Depending on what's in the soil determines like how the watermelon, how like deep the color is and what color it is. So kind of like your hydrangeas, you know, depending on the pH of the soil, you can change the color of your hydrangeas. So I have these beautiful purple blue ones this year. I need to go trim my hydrangea bush so I can get some more before like the end of the season. You said you found a yellow watermelon for the first time. It was delicious. Yeah, like I didn't realize that they're considered like a delicacy because we just grew up and we had them. You know what I'm saying? We could like just go outside and get it. So, but you normally get like the yellow and the orange watermelon. They normally come like later in the season. So it's normally kind of like mid to end July is when people start grabbing them. Oh, let me change my little screen situation. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Let me see. I bet you won't. Oh no. Teeny tiny. Square. Maybe. Ah. Boom. Okay. We'll do that at an angle. Let's see. Which Samsung phone do you have? I think I have the Ultra 25. Yeah, the 20. So I had got like the 21. Then they came out with the 22 and put the stylus back. And I think I have the Ultra 25. Hey Knox. Thank you, baby doll. Thank you so much. Um, so yeah. I mean, I'm a Samsung girl though. So it's gonna be what it is. Hey, no Lee. Hey, no Lee, hi. Marcus Alex, hey. Uh the yellow watermelon is really really good. Yellow watermelons, orange watermelons, I like they're all delicious. They do taste different and they have like different levels I guess of like intensity as far as the watermelon flavor, but like orange and yellow are really good for your skin. Like a lot of y'all always ask me like y'all like drop the skincare or like your skin looks so good all the time, but a lot of it has to do with what you eat, and I try and I probably eat way more green leafy vegetables than most people, and melon is really really good. And they have found a lot of anti-aging product properties in melons. So a lot of products that are meant to help you, you know, kind of, I guess I'd say like freeze your face naturally. They put a lot of melons in them. Thank you, T. Alston. That means a lot coming from you because you're a cutie patootie. We halfway there. Yes, y'all. We're trying to get to 5,000 likes and 25 shares so we can go ahead and get started with a plan today. And side note, if you guys don't know, y'all know Labor Day is Monday. So what we're doing today for Labor Day is you can check out my Services Plus, or you can look at my BIO and you will see this 365 marketing guide. This is what I use to plot out my years. It is on sale for $37 today instead of $347. Okay. And this is an annual planner, and we're going to go through it today, like for the marketing plan. I don't know if we're going to get through the whole marketing plan, but at least we're going to get started. And if we don't finish it today, we'll finish it tomorrow. But yeah, this is this is normally $347, and it's only $37 today. Also, if you need a product created for you, because a lot of y'all are always like, I want to make money, but I don't have anything to sell. I want to make money, and I don't know what to sell, especially with the fact that we got over 30 countries right now that will not ship anything to the United States. And we got the crazy tariffs, which are really putting a lot of pressure on small business owners to sell retail products. A digital product or service is like a really good way to go right now. So if you need a product created for you, they are 50% off. And when you go check out my BIO and you tap that second button under deals of the week, where you're going to be able to find this planner. If you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you'll see a full sample product. So you'll see the welcome email, the emails that correspond with the videos. The full videos are up there, you can see, and you can see samples of the 22-page guide that was created. And they're big, so you can actually read what's on the pages and see what they look like. Now, of course, when you get your guide, it won't have that giant watermark on there, right? But yeah, that's there. Do you believe the rumor about Cheeto? What's the rumor? What's the rumor? Because sometimes people say things are rumors and they ain't. Hey, Range Rover. Y'all, we're almost there. We're 600 taps away and we can go ahead and get started. Okay. Now, because we're almost there, everybody go ahead and say, hey, God, hey, because that's who gave me the gifts of business, beautification, and hospitality. I've been able to use them to make a crap load of money for myself. But more importantly, I've been able to assist over 900 clients in creating six-figure incomes. I have 182 clients who've done $1 million in under a year. I have 12 clients that have had $1 million months. I have 6 clients that earn over $10 million a year, and they've done that at least 3 years consecutively. So when it comes to business, baby, you're in the right space. And I get on here and I teach things for free that people charge thousands of dollars for or hundreds of dollars for. Y'all think I'm going to get an Invisalign? Y'all see it's to her hair? And this? They pull my wisdom teeth out and my teeth have been like slowly like sliding in. My teeth used to be straight perfect. Y'all see that? I think I'm going to get an Invisalign. Oh, he's definitely on his way to that. That's not a rumor. I told people, I've been telling people months before they even announced it, that man was having health issues and a cognitive issue as well. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Pen. Everybody, thank you for getting us to 5K. I appreciate that very, very much. Okay. Now we only have 3 shares though. That's shady. That's shady. What's up with that, y'all? Get us to the shares. Okay. Get us to the shares, to the shares, to the shares. Get us to the shares, to the shares, to the shares. That's for the taps. Okay. The gift strategist. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. I don't know who's in Facebook that's giving me all the thumbs up, but thank you. Hey, Vic, what's going on? Okay. Thank you. Okay, wait. Let's do a special gift strategist. This is for you. Okay, thank you for the kiss. And everybody cheer for gift strategist. Okay, gift strategist just did like 20 shares. Yes, way to go, the gift strategist. Thank you very much. I appreciate that tremendously. But yeah, even JD Vance has been in interviews talking about how he's ready to, take over the role as president of the United States. And he's had the best on-the-job training for the past 200 days. And then people that are deep MAGA, they're even coming out talking about Big Orange's health. They're coming out talking about his health now. And they're like, yeah, he has good genetics, and if he takes care of himself, he'll be fine. But if he keeps at the pace he's going, I don't even think he has 12 months, yada, yada, yada. Come on now. And I had told y'all, y'all remember when he came out and he bombed Iran? And I told y'all they were already setting JD Vance up to mentally for the American people to see him separately from Big Orange. That's why he had a different color tie. He was standing apart from the other people. You notice those wild facial expressions he's making, and you hardly ever see him with Big Orange. Like most of the time, he's totally away or he's always on vacation. Come on, y'all. I be trying to tell y'all, like, people think that marketing is only for like making money. Marketing is really about getting people to buy into ideas and concepts. And there's an extreme amount of propaganda that's being pushed on all of us, constantly. And honestly, if I, did not go to school, to study business and understand marketing, I don't think there's a lot of it that I would understand. And it's really cool of y'all, as I'm teaching y'all more about marketing and the psychology of people and humans, that all of a sudden y'all are like, now y'all come and y'all identify things and y'all are like, oh my God, I seen this, or I didn't realize this was going on at first. That's exciting to me when y'all come back and y'all can identify. But it's happening all the time. You said your pinky toe got more charisma. Facts. Ain't nobody studying that weirdo couch humper. I said what I said. Anyway, all right. So remember I told y'all, well, y'all probably don't remember, but at the top of the week, I told y'all by the time we get to the end of the week, we were going to actually use one of the plans from the 365 marketing guide. So that's what we're going to do today. In month one, under Profit Chronicles, and we're going to go through a plan that actually makes you money. And I know a lot of people probably are like, well, how do we know that you really made money? And I don't know if y'all remember, I'm still going to do a piece of content with it, but I told y'all I was going to come in and I was going to do a screen grab because Kent sends me screen grabs. Hold on. I'm going to put it on the screen so y'all can see. Okay. Okay, let me put it on the screen so y'all can see. Let me put it on the screen so you can see. Let me put it on the screen so you can see. Let's see. I think I saved it as an image. And I did. Boom, y'all see that? That was from Kit. Okay, what they say on the revenue? They said 6.42 million. That's what that says. It says 6.42 million. Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna put it up over here before somebody be like, she's saying it. Shit, that's not. That's what I'm showing. That's what they saying. Oh, hold on. That's an article from last night. Oh. Boom. Y'all see that? On the summary. Y'all see that? So it is Mognon to be made. How am I making this type of money? Because I follow everything that's in here. This is how I plot out. Everybody say profits and projections. In order to hit a certain profit and revenue goal, you have to start creating your projections, okay? And I use my profit planner to do this. This is how I do this, okay? Yeah, this is how I do this, all right? Inside of here. So we're going to go through the process. And I'm not saying that you're going to make 6.42 million, okay? But what I am saying is you're going to make some money on, and if you follow it, and the more you do it, the more money you're going to be able to make, because once you make some money, you start to understand that once we start making money, now everything is just about scaling, right? What we did and finding the appropriate audience. That's all it's about at that point. Okay, that is all it's about at that point. So once y'all understand that, you're going to be on track to be able to make money for yourself over and over and over and over again. And a lot of people that are like, oh, we're winging it. No, do not wing it. Like, you need a strategy. That's why I've spent so much time trying to explain to y'all about content and the target audience, and like curating your content to fit that audience. Everything from the music you choose, to the language you use, right, to the pictures and the images that you're putting up, to your opening hooks, to the references that you're making. All of that plays into how well you're going to be able to make sales, right? And then, was it yesterday or was it the day before, y'all, when I told y'all like the best way, I showed y'all the easy way to put together the framework to be able to package your offers so that you create offers that people basically want to buy from you without you having to be salesy or beg for a sale. Okay. So this is a book on scaling. Okay. If you don't have any of your foundational stuff figured out, you need to get this in the profit planner, and you go through the profit planner first, and then you move over to the 365 marketing guide so that you can scale up everything. Okay. So very first question that a lot of people don't think about, you actually need to write down how many weeks are in the month. So we're pretty much at the end of August. So we would focus on September. Okay. For this example, and you're going to pull open the calendar. Okay. And we're going to pull open our calendar, and we're going to look at the month of September, and we're going to say how many weeks are in September. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 weeks and 3 days in September. So typically, if I have a month that's like that, where I got 3 or 4 days because the month ends in the middle of the week, I typically kind of do my like wrap up or the end of like a flash sale. I would normally do a flash sale like that Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That's just me. Okay. Hey, girl. That's just me. Y'all are going to do whatever y'all want to do. Okay. But from a person, Belle Smith, thank you so much for sharing, my love. From a person that makes a good amount of money, I'm telling you, I'm using those first 4 weeks of the month to really, really, start the process of doing offers and kind of getting my regular sales. And I'm gearing up to have a flash sale those last 3 days of the month. Okay. Now, the flash sale may not be the core offer that I sold all that month. It may, if I'm looking at my sales, it may be a down sale or up sale, right? Typically, I look to see how my numbers are doing and if I'm in line with my goals to determine, do I have enough people to do an upsell? Or I may be looking and I may look at the page and see, well, I had a lot of traffic and we did make some sales, but we didn't hit the goal like any of the weeks of the month. I still made some money, but not as much as I wanted to make. So that typically means if I see a lot of people are interested, but they're not buying, that means I have an issue with the pricing for that particular audience. So now I'm probably going to do a down sale. So I'm not going to offer them the product at that lower price because I don't want to dilute the value of the product, but I may find something that's comparable and say, hey, I know you were interested in this, but it may have not been in your budget at the time, but this is the next best thing. And let me give you the features of this, right? And how it's going to benefit you or how it's going to help you. And because you're a part of my community, you get to get this product for 50% off, 60% off, 30% off, whatever it is that you want to offer it at. And we're going to put that in the flash sale with a timer. Does that make sense? Is everybody picking up what I'm putting down? Oh, hey, thank you, Tara. Thank you. Thank you. Does that make sense? So literally, first thing we're going to write down, shout out to everybody who has a 365 marketing guide. You're going to write down the amount of weeks in the days in the month. And then and I'm saying days because like September is 4 weeks and 3 days. We know it's 30 days in September, but we need to know the weeks and the days because that's going to help us position the timing of the offers for the month. Okay. Now, next, it says, would I like to focus on one product per day, per week, or for the entire month? Now, this is going to be up to you. Sometimes I do campaigns where we kind of do like flash sales per day. Like y'all know during my birthday, I had a different product every day for 16 days leading up to May 16th, right? And then the big product. Sometimes I'll be like, okay, I have a different product I want to rotate through every week. Maybe it's going to be a workshop 1 week. Maybe the next week is going to be one of our ebooks or a course. And then maybe like 2 weeks out of the month is going to be for people to come into Instacoin or something like that. That's going to be up to you what you want to focus on. So you're just going to put, you're going to write down, I'm doing a different product every day. And if you're doing a different product every day, you need to literally write down the days of the month and which product goes with that day. So that way your content can correlate with that. Now, typically I don't do a different product every day unless we're under a special campaign. And normally if I'm doing that, I spend a few weeks prior to we start that campaign to let people know what's happening. Because a lot of times y'all are not giving people enough time to even be aware of like the offer that you have coming up. I hope that makes sense. So like if you let's say, like I was telling y'all that flash sale the last 3 days of the month, probably like the top of that week before, I would start telling people that I'm going to have a special flash sale, the 28th, 29th, and the 30th, right? And I'll be like, text me if you want to get a notice when this goes on sale. You see what I'm saying? So you got to give people time, because if you're sending emails, I promise you, everyone's not opening up your emails. Not because they don't want to. Some of them are not getting the emails. Some of the emails are going into the junk and the trash. You send a text message, somebody may be busy. They may not be able to open the text message right now. You post a piece of content, just because someone's following you, they're not necessarily going to see your content. They didn't even know that you posted it, right? So even with you putting something in your stories, putting something on your FYP, doing a live stream, sending an email and a text, I guarantee you everybody in your audience does not know. And so you got to be able to give them time. So if you're going to do a different product every day, I am telling you, you need time to build a promotion around that and to let people know. That's the only time I do a product every day. Most of the time, it's a product of the week or a product of the month that I'm focused on. Okay. So then it's going to say, y'all see in here, it says, what product will you focus on? List them. Okay. And we're going to list it. Now, here's the next thing. This is where we get into the business math. This is where people's heads start hurting. Because a lot of y'all want me to get on here and just say, oh, you just put up this content and you just go live and you're going to make a bunch of money. And it does not work that way. Okay. We actually have to have some type of strategy. We actually have to have a plan. Okay. And if any of y'all feel like this information is helping y'all, again, you can use my Services Plus and I'll shoot you a link. So you can get this for $37 instead of $347. If you want to work with me one-to-one, you can use my Services Plus, like slide in my DM and ask me how can we work together one-to-one, and we can make sure we get it mapped up. What am I teaching for? This is my 365 marketing guide, and we have it on sale for Labor Day right now for only $37. So, and it's a whole year, and it comes with a digital a digital training as well that comes with it. So it's normally, hey, Janice. It normally costs $347, and it's on sale for $37 right now. So yeah, yep. So super affordable. So I don't want to hear people talk about I can't afford it. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay, $347. I get it, man. Not been in your budget, but I made it $37. Y'all already know what's happening with our economy and in this nation. Do y'all know that unemployment for Black men in America hit 7.7% during the month of July? Everybody that was up last night during the community conversation knows that, because we talked about that, and they seen that I went to the Bureau of Labor Statistics and pulled the report from August of 2025 for the July numbers. Unemployment for Black women is at 6.7% in July. We're double Asian America and white America. Okay, so yes, you need to be doing everything that you can to generate additional income for you and your family. Okay, so first thing first, you're gonna write down how many followers do you have right now. And I know some of y'all like, my followers. Think about it. Social media is one of the best marketing tools at your disposal. It's free. At least for right now, it's still free. You can meet thousands of people every single day. You can operate one-to-many. You can make sales without having to be salesy. Okay. And you can use social media to drive traffic to your list, your stores, your online events, in-person events, all of that. Okay. So we're going to write down how many followers do we have right now, because we have to figure out, based on our followers, how many of these people are going to convert and the likelihood of them turning into customers. Okay. Now, the magic number, and I have it written down. Shout out to everybody that's getting the planner. Okay. It says 0.05%, not 5%, 0.05. So that's half of a percentage point. Somebody say, Ashley, why are we doing half of a percentage point? Somebody say, Ashley, and why are we doing half of a percentage point? Somebody ask me, baby, because I'm gonna tell y'all so bad. Now, if y'all don't want to know, don't ask me. Okay, don't ask me if you don't want to know. I Dream Promotions, thank you so much for all of those shares, baby doll. Thank you so much. She came in here sharing. I'm trying to do that. I didn't know how I did that. She came in here sharing though. Okay, she came in here on her job. She said, yes, we can. Ow, yes, we can. That's what she said. Yes, we can. That's for you, I Dream Promotions. Okay, so why are we doing half of a percentage point? Because typically somewhere in between 0.5% and 2% of your follower base are who actually purchases from you. Blink, blink, blink. Okay. Hey, B Marquita. Now, don't use me as an example, because you're going to see when I show y'all my back office that my sales conversion is like it stays in between 7.5% and 14%. The reason mine stays in between 7.5% and 14% is because I'm a master targeter, right? And I have spent a very long time cultivating my audience, and I'm very specific about who I want to show up in front of as far as you guys being members of the community. Right? I don't want you in the kingdom if you're a trash person. I don't want you in the kingdom if you're really not that serious. I really only want go-getters, leaders, right? People that will apply themselves in the kingdom. And eventually your rate is going to go up. Okay, but when you're first getting started, we're going to start at half a percentage point. And the reason I'm giving y'all this is because a lot of people, y'all will be like, oh, I have 10,000 followers, so I should be able to get 1,000 sales this month. No, no, you're not. That's not how that works, right? If you got 10,000 followers and we were literally just going for 1% of them, that would be 100. Okay, so if you got 10,000 followers and we're using my formula, that's going to be 50 sales is more than likely what we probably can pick up that month just from social. Does that make sense? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So now if you exceed the 50 sales, that's great, right? If you're a little bit under the 50 sales, then we can go back and try and optimize that, right? But you're going to have your conversion rate. If you're over though, fantastic. If you're spot on, fantastic. Does that make sense? Because now if I know 50 sales this month is my goal, that means I need to be doing 12 to 15 sales per week, which basically breaks down to I need about 2 sales a day. Now, when you think about all I need is 2 sales a day, doesn't it seem a lot more realistic to hit your goal instead of you being like, oh my God, I got to sell to 300 people a day and you haven't even moved to 3 people in a week. Bleep, bleep, bleep. And I'm also telling y'all this because a lot of times you need to be able to properly mitigate your expectations. And what I mean by that is some of y'all will set these, I don't know where y'all be getting these goals at sometimes that y'all are setting, okay? Y'all just be pulling stuff out the air, just pulling stuff out your butt. And then you'll be disappointed because you hyped yourself up saying, oh, I can make 2,500 sales this month. You only got access to 10,000 people. Where are you getting these 2,500 sales from? Now, if you're running ads and you're bringing more people into the community, yeah, now we could get to the 2,500 sales, right? Especially when we do the math and we may see, okay, to get 2,500 sales, that means you got to get, 85,000 people to your website. And we can come up with a plan to do that, but most of y'all are not doing that. Most of y'all, when I tell you to spend $10 a day, just doing like a Facebook ad, y'all be acting like I told you to go slap your mama. So realistically, that's right. Doing Nala says, don't forget your daily heartbeat. Thank you, my love. Okay. So 0.5% is that's the magic number. So however many followers you got, you're going to multiply that times 0.005 to get 0.5%. Not 0.05. 0.05 is 5%. We're not at 5%. We're at half. Okay, everybody got it? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Baby, y'all laughing because y'all know it's true. Okay. Now, the next thing, how many people are on your email list? Okay, hey, gift strategists. And see, this is what I'm talking about. When we start talking about business math and the numbers. A lot of people don't know the numbers, which is why they're not sustainable. And I teach y'all the numbers so that you actually can build some sustainability, something that's going to make it. Y'all, please make sure you're giving comments. I appreciate everybody that's tapping the screen. I know a lot of y'all are taking notes, okay? Just go and order the 365 Marketing Guide. It's on sale today for only $37, okay? When you look at my BIO, you're going to see a button that says Deals of the Week. Tap it. That's how you'll be able to get this for $37, okay? Now, how many people are on your email list, okay? You're going to write it down. What's your email open rate? You're going to write that down. Then what's 5% of your open rate? Not 5% of your list, 5% of the open rate. Right? You said nobody teaches numbers like me. Oh, thank you, gift strategies. Y'all better hype me up. Hey, okay. What is 5% of the open rate? So let's say I have an email list of 100 people. Okay. Let's say I got an email list of 100 people. Now, let's say my open rate of my email list, let's say it's really high. Let's say I have a 30% email open rate. So that means every time I send an email, at least 30 people open it. That, baby, that is slamming. That is through the roof. You're amazing. You're incredible. Okay. You're outstanding. Okay. You're doing fantastic. You understand me? Don't be like, oh, it's only 30, baby. 30% is you're blowing that through the roof. Okay. I'm telling you this right now. Right. So let's say it's at 30%. Now, out of the 30% that open it, you're going to see a click-through rate. Though click-through rate and open rate ain't the same thing. Open means people looked at the email. Click-through rate are people that actually click the links to go to the information page about the offer. So let's say your click-through rate is at a realistic click-through rate is going to be somewhere in between 0.25% and maybe 3%. That's a realistic click-through rate. So let's put you at the high end because you got a real high open rate. So that means people are really engaged with you. Let's say your click-through rate is going to be at 3%. Okay. So we got 100 people on the list. We got a 30% open rate. So that means 30 people opened it. Out of the 30 people that opened it, 3% of them clicked through. Right? So if we got what's 3% of 30, y'all? Somebody tell me. Hurry. What's 3% of 30? It's 3. We ain't got time. Normally I would wait on y'all, but y'all know I got a hard stop. I got a hard stop today. Okay, that's 3. It's 3. So that means 3 people every time you're sending an email are going through the click-through rate. Okay. Now we're gonna say, right? So we're gonna look and we're gonna say, what's 5% of the open rate? What is our open rate? I told you open rate is 30%. What's 5% of 30? What's 5% of 30? What's 5% of 30? Come on now, y'all. I'm gonna give you a hint. 10% of 30 is 3. What's half of 3? That's 5%. Come on now. 1.5. Thank you. So that means you're expecting 1 or 2 sales from your email list. Okay. Now, if I'm being honest, if you have a and this is not gonna be okay. If I'm being honest, if you have an email open rate of 30% and people are clicking through like that and they're highly engaged, you're probably going to get 1 or 2 sales every time you send an email. So if you're sending an email at least once a week and then you're resending to unopens, you're probably getting like a sale every single day at this point. Or you may be getting 2 or 3 sales a week. If we send the email and then we wait maybe like 2 days and resend the unopens, you're going to get like 2 or 3 like that week, right? So we're going to write down, because 1.5, we're going to put 1 to 2. 1 to 2 sales is what we should be expecting as we're sending the emails. Does this make sense? So this is how we realistically are coming up with how much money can we make that month. And then if you want to make more money than what the numbers are giving you, then that's how we're going to know how we need to adjust our marketing. Makes sense? But you have to run the numbers first. For any of you guys that are just getting here, I'm taking people through like a profit plan that's inside of the 365 marketing guide to basically teach people how we're making all this money every month. Okay. So next thing. You're going to ask, do I have any current customers? And I know some of y'all like, that's a very silly question, but it's not, because some of you guys in here are already in business and you've been in business for a while. Some of y'all in here, you're just, you know what I'm saying? Like you're just getting started. So you have no customers yet. So if you have current customers, okay, you're going to go and look at your current customers, right, over maybe like the past month or the past quarter. Normally I say the past month because we're doing projections for a month, and we're going to take 20% of the current customers. That's going to be our sales goal from the new month, because typically if people are really happy with your products and services, they will continue to buy from you. I know this firsthand. If you're in here right now and you've purchased multiple products, multiple classes, in-person events, services from me, anything, you've made multiple purchases from me, just let us know in the chat. I am telling y'all this. When I don't like one-time customers. I like lifetime customers. That's come I tell y'all, we go together real bad. Thank you, Nurse Light. We go together real bad. Most of my clientele have purchased from me several times. Okay, King Tech Service, thank you. Nala, thank you. Vegan Yoni Lux, thank you. Pen, thank you. Nurse Light, you got the plan. I hope you're using it. Art Dig said yes. Content Hub said, I sure have, right? Veve said yes. So y'all want the same thing with your customers. So typically that's gonna be your next set. So we're looking. So now we got sales that should be coming from our followers. Remember, that's at the half a percentage point. Okay, that's from the followers. Your emails, you're looking at your open rate. About 5% of the people that open, they're going to be a customer. And if you're sending an email every week, we got the number for this formula that we should be getting 1 or 2 sales every time we send the email. We're also going to resend to unopens, which is probably going to give us another. So we'll say about 3 sales per week. Okay. So there's 12 sales. There'll be 12 sales that month that came from the email list. What I said, we had 10,000 followers in this example, didn't I? Was that the example that I gave? That was the example that I gave, right? So 50 coming from our social media followers. So that's you live streaming, you posting in your stories, you posting on your FYP, right? So we up to 62 sales just in between the email list and the followers. Y'all see what I'm saying? And now we're looking at the customers that we already have. And let's say we got 30 customers last month. Okay, so we're going to take 20% of them. So that's another 6 people. So now we're looking at somewhere in between 60 and basically we'll say 60 to 70, really 66 sales. Most of the time you're going to be a little bit over that. So we're basically going to say we can expect 70 sales this month. Does that make sense? Is everybody tracking? before I move any further, before I move any further, and is this helping you? If this is helping y'all, I'm just explaining to you how I plot out campaigns before I start trying to do anything with like my content, or I need to be on the show, or I need to do XYZ element of P. I literally always start with my numbers. So this is how I'm coming up with my realistic projections. Okay. Now, if I know my numbers are saying, okay, you can expect 60 to 70 sales. Let's say that you sell something that let's say $97 is your average cart order, because maybe people come to your site and they order more than one thing, or maybe you sell something that's $97. Okay. So basically that's letting you know you can expect $6,000 to $7,000 this month. Is this starting to make sense to y'all? How I have clients and I tell y'all they only have like 2,000 or 3,000 followers and they're making $5,000 to $10,000 a month. This is how. Okay, this is what I teach my clients. This is how we get out here and we get this month. This is how we get out here and get this money every single month. And this is why it's also so important to list build, right? Because as you're building that list, you got more people on there. There's more opportunity to be able to offer your products, your services, whether it's digital, physical, intangible, traditional, whatever it is you got going on. Make sense? Okay. Now, the next thing is we're gonna like figure out, do I want to increase my social media following? So let's say my goal is to make 100 sales this month. Well, if I'm trying to make 100 sales this month, if I'm looking at my list and I'm looking at my social media followers, that more than likely is not in my reach unless I'm going to run some type of ads. Okay. And because I understand my numbers are saying 60 to 70 is my magical number. So I got to figure out how I'm going to get this extra 30 to 40 sales. Then my answer to this would be yes, I do. I need to increase my social media following this month because I need more sales. And I know that, right? And let's say in my mind, I know that 10% of the people that follow me sign up on my list, right? So let's say I can get another 1,000 people to join my list over the next 2 weeks. Remember, I told you I got an open rate of 30%. So now instead of 30 people opening my emails, I got 300 people opening my emails. And remember, I'm taking 5% of that, and that's going to be my sales rate. So now all of a sudden, instead of me getting 1 to 3 sales, which maybe that's what I'm going to get the first couple of weeks of the month. Everybody follow me? And if y'all not, speak up. No one's going to make fun of you because you like, I'm getting lost. Okay. I'm just, because I do this all the time. And my brain operates a bit differently than other people. So sometimes my brain is, moving faster. And if you're new to this, you may need to slow it down a little bit. And that's okay. A lot of people, including me, when I'm learning new things, I have to go, I got to go slow when I'm learning something new. But once I got it, baby, I got it. Okay. And I'm Speedy Gonzalez at that point. Okay. So literally, if I was like, okay, I can pick up, I said 1,000 new followers. That's not 1,000 people on my list. 1,000 new followers and 10%, that's going to be another, 100 people on my list, which means my email list just went from 30 to 60, which means I just doubled my 5%. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So now instead of 1 to 3, I should be doing 3 to 4 3 to 4 sales with the emails. So let's say the first 2 weeks, I get 3 sales. Right. And then the second 2 weeks of the month, because I put that extra, I put that extra 100 people on my list. Right. Well, now all of a sudden I just got like 4 and 4, right? Instead of 3 and 3, or let's say I did 5 and 5. So I got 3 sales, 5 and 5. So that's an extra 10 sales, right? Well, no, that's an extra 4 sales because that would have been 3, 3, 3, 3. So now I got an extra 4 sales. But remember, I also got half a percentage of my followers, right? So it's another 5 sales that's coming from the followers too through my social media. So now I've given myself an extra 9 sales. And I'm like, right? Y'all picking up, y'all see how this is working? So now I just gave myself an extra 9 sales, but right? And I can't count them in the past customer bucket because they're just new to me. They're not past customers yet. So that's an extra 9 sales. Well, I'm still 20 to 30 sales short. So that tells me if I need to get new followers, 1,000 is not enough. If I need to get new followers, I need to work on getting 3,000 to 5,000 new followers in that 2-week period if I'm trying to hit my numbers. Does everybody, do y'all understand how I got to that? Now, when you're looking at it inside the 365 marketing guide, it's going to be easier to follow because you're going to see the numbers right there. But literally, that's how we figure out like how that when I'm on a follower campaign and I need to hit 20,000 new followers, I need to get 10,000 new followers, I need to get 100,000 new followers. When y'all see all of a sudden y'all be like, dang, her account is going up. Oh, baby, because your girl is going to make some money. Okay, and I've already calculated this is how many people I need to get so I can get this many new people on my list and I can get this many new customers through the email and this many new customers through my social media. And every time I get new people that become new customers and they get on my list, that means I have a bigger pool the next month of prior customers. Because remember, we look at what's 20% of them, and that's how we determine sales. Make sense? Everybody picking up what I'm putting down? Now, sometimes you may have some products or some offers that are going to be an exception to this rule. So like, for instance, whenever I open up Instacoin Academy, and sometimes I only open it up like once a quarter or something like that, that's different because that's like a high ticket offer. If I have people coming to Continuous Coins, when I have people that want to hire me to like do their funnels, or when people want to hire us to build their funnels or do media buying for them and stuff like that, those are different numbers. So I'm not looking at a client that's paying like $10,000, $50,000, $20,000 with me as the same as people that are coming to purchase a $97 or $197 or $497 offer. I hope that's making sense to y'all, right? If I'm selling something for $47, at that point my conversion rate may be 14%. So like, hold on, I'm gonna tell y'all what my conversion rate is for these planners right now. Hold on, let me go and look, because it's higher. It's way over half a percentage point, right? But it's because this planner is only $37, right? If I was selling like a $15,000 package or a $20,000 package or something, I probably would be like somewhere in between 0.5% to 1.5% on the conversion. Let's see. Okay, so it says my conversion rate right now is at 4.11%. Right? So that's way higher than half a percentage point. But it's because the offer is $37. Does that make sense? And remember, I told y'all we typically have, and then if I go look, and that's what everything, if I go look just for the planners, hold on, let me isolate it just for the planners. If I'm looking at my conversion rate, that's just for the planners, 7.75%. Okay. So as you start to get numbers and as you start to get data, you're going to have different numbers to put in here, if that makes sense. But we're all going to start off at the 0.05% because we would rather underestimate how many sales we get than overestimate how many sales we're going to get. Okay. Especially those of you that actually have to buy like materials or supplies or ingredients, or you got to buy inventory for, you to be able to take care of your clients. Okay. All right. So if we know according to this, we need to pick up 3,000 to 5,000, which we're always going to round up. So I need to get 5,000 new followers because that's the only way I'm going to be able to come up with these extra 40 sales so I can hit my goal of 100, right? Because looking with the audience I have right now, I have the capability of doing 70 sales this month, but I want 100, right? So my max CPF, which is my cost per follower, cannot exceed 50 cents. This is my general rule. Why is 50 cents my general rule? Somebody say, why, Ashley Ann? Why is 50% your general rule for your max CPF, which is your cost per follower? Yes, y'all do what Vic says. Use that LINK. Use that LNIK if you over here on YouTube and Facebook. Use it. Do what Vic says. Use it, honey, and you're going to go to Deal of the Week. And when you go to the Deal of the Week, that's how you're going to be able to get access to this. Oh, I know y'all heard my alarm. I know y'all just heard that. Okay. Let's see. Hi, Empress. Thank you for all the shares, my love. Art Diggs, thank you for asking why. Because y'all be paying too much for a follower. Well, yeah, most of y'all don't have high ticket offers. So you got to think about it. Like if you're selling something that's $9.99, you're selling something that's $47, you're selling something that's $97, and the average consumer needs to be exposed to something about 49 times before they're actually even ready to buy from you, it does not make sense for you to be spending more than 50 cents per follower when we look at our marketing efforts to get those right to pull in a new follower. So if you're out here and let's say you look and your cost per follower is like $2.55. Now in the marketing world and in the business world, they're going to say, oh, that's great, right? But if you're selling something that's $9.99, no, dog, you can't afford $2.50 a follower because remember, all of your followers are not going to buy, not right off the bat. Right off the bat, you may be, remember if we're doing the math, you may be able to get half a percentage, right, of them to purchase. Right off the bat, you may not even be able to get 1% of them to purchase. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So if we can, normally a lot of my clients, when we're doing the cost per follower, they're normally able to get their CPF down to like somewhere in between 8 cents and 13 cents. The lowest I've ever gotten has been 4 cents per follower, which was phenomenal. And this was like years ago before the Shade Room, before I realized like that they really be real shady to Black America. And I used to promote over there. I don't anymore. But this was like years ago. But yeah, like it was like a 4 cent on the CPF. And then I turned around and ran a flash sale or a celebration sale. And I can't remember what I sold, but I sold something for like $17. Baby, I made all my money back I spent on that ad times 3. Okay. So, but I was only selling something for $17, right? So when we're looking at, the percentage of people that are going to buy, right? That's number one. And then you're looking at the profit that you're going to make because we still want to be profitable. So realistically, you want to try and keep your CPF under 50 cents. Okay. Now y'all remind me tomorrow, because I might forget that we stopped at the max CPF because that's where we'll do a little review, but that's where we're going to pick up at. Does anybody have any questions? I literally can do Q&A for like 5 minutes. I literally can do Q&A for 5 minutes. By the way, if this helped y'all today, me going through this, I'm using my 365 marketing guide. This is literally how my brain thinks. This is how we get our projections. This is how I'm making money. This is how I have so many clients that are making so much money and they're knocking it out of the park. Okay. I'm teaching them business math and how this stuff works. All right. So if you found it useful, go ahead and look at my bio, tap the Deals of the Week button. And you can get this. It's $37 today. It's on sale for the holiday. It's normally $347 and it's only $37 today. And anybody that needs a product created for them, when you scroll down to the bottom of that page, you will be able to see a sample product. You'll be able to see the videos. You'll be able to see the emails. You'll be able to see a sample of the guide, all of that. We create really, really high level products. That people are excited when they purchase them and they don't feel like they got ripped off. They're like, dang, this was good. It was worth my money, right? They typically feel like they got over on you, which is how we want customers to feel. We want them to feel like they got way more than what they paid for. So that's how you stay in business, real talk. So anyway, go and get this because clearly you can see this is way more. Okay, this is worth way more. than what you're paying for it at $37. Go and get it. It's an annual planner. It gets you through the whole entire year. And it does have a virtual training that comes with it. There's a link to the virtual training in the inside cover. Okay. Hold on. I'm not going to show you because somebody's going to be trifling and try and get over there and get the link. Okay. But there's a link right there to the virtual training. My hand is covering it up. Okay. But there's a link right there. Right. And it takes you through some mapping and some ideas so you can figure out like what your promotion is going to be every month. Because I do recommend y'all have a promotion every single month for sure. For sure. It's beautiful and a lot of clarity for success. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And if you're on there and you don't know your basic stuff, like your target audience, what's going on in your top of your funnel and stuff like that, then go ahead and get the profit planner too. You said you were watching the training earlier. Oh, yay. Yay. Yeah. Yeah. So will this strategy work for someone just starting with no followers? Surely, yes. But if you're starting with no followers, you need to get the profit planner. This is what I would tell you, Shirley, because the 365 guide is normally, this is normally $347, which clearly, when you make your money your first month, you'd already made more money back, right? So it's definitely worth the money. It's on sale for $37 right now. Anybody that's with me, y'all tell her, like, when was the last time y'all seen me put the 365 marketing guide on sale? It's been like a few years, and normally when it's on sale, it only goes as low as $97. I'm just doing $37 because we're in a state of emergency in our community right now, for real. Like I'm not even capping. I'm just telling the truth. So I'm just pretty much trying to cover the cost of the planner, of the hard part of it. So it's $37. So what I would do if I were you, go over, get the profit planner, because that's what you're going to need if you're starting with 0 followers. Because you probably don't know your target audience. You probably don't have like your funnel worked out yet. You probably don't know any of your demographics or your psychographics. And you may need help like with the packaging or the presentation of your offer. And then that way you'll have this when it's time to get to it. You won't have to spend the $347 for it. That's what I would do. Okay. That's what I would do. But you need the profit planner. If anybody in here, you're just getting started, if you're like Shirley, get the profit planner because it's going to help you get set up so you're talking to the right people. The profit planner helps you make your first few thousands in sales. The 365 marketing guide is for scaling. Okay. It sure won't be on sale for long, baby. It's a timer on that page. And when that timer go down, boom, that's it. Okay. And then you're going to be out here talking about, I wish I should have, could have, would have. And then y'all love DMing me when something go off sale. Tell me, can I please get the discount? No, baby, I had it on sale. When we start the sale, what did I tell y'all? Tuesday? It's Tuesday when we got started with the sale. So y'all got pretty much, y'all got today and tomorrow for sure. Okay, for sure. And if you somebody, you need a product to be created for you, go ahead and do that. go ahead and get the product created for you too. Well, it's 50% off. I think we only got 5 of them left because I didn't say anything about it yesterday. Did I miss any other questions? I got 3 minutes. My clock says 4:12. Thank you for my popular votes. How long is it on sale? It's a timer on the page. So I think until tomorrow night or the Monday night. You purchased it on Christmas holiday a few years ago? Yes. Thank you. Thank you for the cosign. I appreciate that very much. Email generator. What you mean by email generator, baby doll? Ask me another way. Ask me another way. What you mean by email generator? Ask me another way. Ooh, not the big hair oil on here. What you mean? Sometimes when y'all know, most of the time I prefer when y'all come up and ask me questions with your voice, because sometimes when y'all type stuff, I'll be like, what? And it's missing stuff. And then sometimes I have counter questions for y'all, and it just takes too long when we type it back and forth. Especially if everybody working the comments like they're supposed to. I barely should be able to see y'all comments. Okay, the more comments you drop on creators that you love, the more they push us on the FYP. Y'all, what I do in my water cup? Okay, I'm parched. What time am I going live tomorrow? I'll try and be live around 4 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow. I know people go to church on Sunday. And if you like me, baby, I used to be in church all day on Sunday. I used to be in church from like 7:30 in the morning because I sang in the choir. So I'd be at 8 a.m. service, 10 a.m. service. Sometimes we would have to travel to like somebody's anniversary or special event or something. So normally by 4 p.m., you'd have had your church, you'd have had your Sunday dinner, or your late lunch, emails to send to my list. What you mean emails to send to your list? Nurse Light, what you trying to ask me? Yes, popular votes do push you to the FYP. Thank you, big time. I've had these for a long time. I bought these in Mexico. I had them like 2.5 seasons before you could even get them in the States. But these have serviced me well, baby. I've had these for years, like maybe 7 or 8. Nurse Light, Nurse Light, I swear to God, I want to answer you so bad, but I don't know what you're asking me. How do I create one email and send my product to my list of people who are willing to buy? You have to go into your CRM and you have to pick the segment of the people, and then you send the email to them. And if you want the emails to be automated, then you have to time the email to go out after they signed up for your lead magnet. Nurse Life, you at Instacoin? Because it's inside of the modules to show you how to get your tier 1 funnel set up, the emails, and then how to get in and do your weekly broadcast to your segments so you can increase your money. Yeah, that's how it does it in bulk through your CRM system. I recommend ConvertKit and Constant Contact. For sure. Are you at Instacoin, babe? If you're at Instacoin, just go look in the module. Like you'll be literally if you go look in the module and you got like 2 or 3 hours, you'll be able to get it set up like today and it will be working. And if it doesn't work, y'all know we got insight session on Thursday. So Thursday, you can just ask me your questions and show me your screen. Now, y'all know we got another AI training on Thursday. I gave y'all homework, but we got to finish up the AI training on your avatars and stuff. But after we get done with training, y'all know you can ask me regular questions. You joining Instacoin? Okay, so what I need you to do, Nurse Life, I don't know if you were in here yesterday or not. Y'all know I try and be fair across the board. I told them yesterday, anybody that signs up for Instacoin this weekend, I will make sure y'all get the coupon for $3,000 off. So it brings it down to where you're just paying for like the cost. That's it, okay? So, and you can do the flex pay, you can do the buy now, pay later, you can put it on your business card and get the write-off for your taxes, whatever you want to do. But if you're trying to get into Instacoin, that's anybody, send me a DM, say Instacoin in the DM so I can search it. And I will send y'all the links so you can see all the information and details about Instacoin. And then I will send y'all a special coupon code that I will make. Now, the coupon code is going to expire tomorrow night at midnight, but y'all can sign up for Instacoin. If you want to do a payment plan, you have to tell me which payment plan, because I have to make y'all a coupon code so you can put it into the payment plan. So that way, instead of doing the $9.97 a month, you're able to get it reduced. I think it gets reduced down to like $6.97 a month or something like that. But you got to DM me the word Instacoin, okay? Oh, y'all, I'm 2 minutes over time. Okay, I will be back. Excuse me. You wasn't here, but you serious now? Okay, boo, I got you. And remember, Instacoin, we working together for a full year. We're going to be working together for a full year, okay? But anybody wants to join Instacoin, just DM me the word Instacoin. You can use it's a marigold button. It says Services Plus. It's like marigold with a little arrow in there. Tap that. It'll send you a DM without you even having to leave the stream. So do that. And then everybody else, I will be back at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And what I need all the rest of you guys to do, baby, let me tell you this. I love me a good tumbler. Baby, I just knocked this mug smooth over. Look at that. Leakware. And it's so cute. It's sparkly with little strawberries. I love a cute tumbler. Anyway, for everybody else, y'all go ahead and make sure that you get your 365 marketing guide, because you can see it's going to help you with your projections. And remember, if you're like Shirley and you're just getting started, get your profit planner too and just buy this so you can get it while it's on sale, because you're going to need to work through the profit planner first, and it's probably going to take you 3 or 4 months to where you're making a few $1,000s a month with that, and then you graduate up to this. This is to help you scale. Because y'all notice we were like, oh, we can get 70 based on what we have, but I want 100 sales. How do I get to 100 sales this month? Right? Then with next month, we'll be like, how do I get to 250 sales? So this is for scaling. This is not for start off. This is for scaling. Start off as profit planner, okay? Hey, Glorious Locks, I'm about to get up out of here, girl. I'm about to skedaddle. Side note, Glorious Locks, I have a couple of test audiences, honey. We got to get on the phone and chit chat to run by you. And if you approve the test audiences, then we can start running them. I got some test audiences for you. Okay, everybody? Remember, I'll be back at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow so we can go through part 2. And y'all just remind me that we stopped. Remind me where we stopped at tomorrow. Y'all remember where we stopped? I remember right now, but I may not remember tomorrow. We stopped at cost per follower. See, y'all, baby, y'all's too slow with these texts. CPF, cost per follower. That's what we stopped at, all right? Write it down because I may not remember tomorrow, okay? Anyway, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are on the planet Earth. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me. If it's morning time or daytime where you are, have a productive and a prosperous day. If it's evening time, get yourself a good night's rest. I'll see y'all tomorrow, 4 p.m.